second. All right, ready.
Upwards of 55,000 names are engraved on a piece of white stone located outside of Brussels. This white stone is crafted into a beautiful gate. It's a beautiful piece of art. It's supposed to commemorate the lives lost in World War I in Belgium, in the entire war effort, right? But what this gate does, it kind of culminates an entire life to an inch or two of space on a useless piece of gate, right? Like, we don't think it's worth it. The poem on passing the New Menin Gate by Siegfried Sassoon, he doesn't think that you should commemorate a life into a first, last, and middle initial. And I really agree with him, because you shouldn't believe that a life could be commemorated in that sort of way. So that's when I think of this poem, I think of anti-war efforts, I think of the atrocity that committed in the war, and like how these people who etched the names into a piece of stone is trying to memorialize, is trying to remember what they did, but they can never identify with it. They can never identify with the torture or the pain that they suffered. So this poem that I'm going to share with you is on passing the New Menin Gate by Siegfried Sassoon. Who will remember passing through this gate the unheroic dead who fed the guns? Who shall absolve the foulness of their fate, those doomed, conscripted, unvictorious ones? Crudely renewed, the salient holds its own. Paid are its dim defenders by this pond. Paid with a pile of peace-complacent stone, the armies who endured that sullen swamp. Here was the world's worst wound, and here, with pride, their name liveth forever, the gateway claims. Was ever an immolation so belied as these intolerably nameless names? Well, might the dead who struggled in the slime rise and deride the sepulchre of crime? Siegfried Sassoon might have been bitter when he wrote this poem. He might have had that bitter taste in his mouth. He was getting to what he thought of World War I and how he lost his best friend in the war. But he might have been right. He might have been angry, he might have been bitter, but who's to say his feelings aren't correct? I agree with his feelings, and I want to share the poem with you because I respect his controversial view of World War I.